I love the idea of Christ as a radical whose way of living doesn't always make sense. I think that's one emphasis that I've gotten from my spiritual upbringing, is that the truths that we follow and the truths of Christianity don't always make sense in the world.
When Jesus sent his disciples out for the first time, well, for one of the first times, he sent them out in pairs, and he said, don't take anything along with you, don't take food, money.
That's really radical if you take it to the extreme. So like, we go out without food.
Don't take an extra tunic. I think he might have even said, don't take sandals.
We go out without things that it seems like we need, and we make ourselves vulnerable to the communities that are willing or unwilling to take us in and help us out.
Also, when Jesus was sending his disciples out, he said, when you go into communities, if they accept you, stay there, fellowship with them, share with them, whatever. And if they don't, wipe the dust off of your feet of that place. And I think as we've been going into these different communities, it feels like those are the communities that have said, you can come in and we'll let you in, we'll let you stay here, we'll let you sleep on our floor, we'll let you, we want to have conversation with you.
Yeah, the experiences that I've had away from comfortable living, and that is always knowing where my food is going to come from and always knowing that I'm going to have the same bed to sleep on and things like that. And every time that I've entered a space that has been a little bit detached from that, I've had enormous growing experiences. So there's a part of me that wants to call all of my church family to that kind of experience and to stretch ourselves together. So what if the church forgot about buildings and communities could move together, or they could be really fluent?
To be relevant to an ever-changing world, I think we need to be creative, and that would be a strong value, I think, in a new church structure. That it's creative and that it's I think, responsive to the needs of the world around it.
Listen, listen, God is calling through the word inviting, offering forgiveness.
I think the church it needs to be reimagined soon. And I think as our world shifts to a postmodern one, and as we start thinking about individual stories more than meta-narratives.
The church is about the relationships that people have with each other, with God, not necessarily about what they've built on earth.
That traditional kind of church on Sunday mornings needs to be expanded and imagined in a new way that touches all parts of our lives. And it could be biking across the states and talking about those capital T truths that are hard for us to swallow as young adults. And